Hello miniature friends. So I wanted to show you the kitchen of the bakery in the 1940s Victorian house. And the stove is coming, so I rearranged the pieces here. And I put the refrigerator there kind of at an angle in the sink. And then her work table with all her items. And this is where I'm going to put the stove, is right here. And have the hosiery, I always forget how to say this. Then there's a nice space for the oven. But I want to talk about the 1940s wallpaper. I don't love it because I'm not sure if it looks period or not. It probably would be white walls with probably tile and maybe like a subway tile or even a square tile. But the problem is it's so hard to reach back there because this dollhouse is so deep. I just don't think I have it in me to do that. And I thought of different things, but I decided I'll probably just leave it as it is. I mean, it doesn't look awful or anything. And then, I mean, it's pretty and everything too. It kind of clashes with the floors, but that's okay. I do love the floors though. I think they look like period style for 1940s. And I'm also going to put some shelving in here. So I have items now on these pieces because I do want to put more heights because otherwise the ceilings are super high. And I think it would be nice to show things, you know, looking upward. And maybe get more bakery items. So I went on Temu and I bought some things, and I've never bought on Temu before, and they're very inexpensive items, and hopefully they'll come, you know, looking as nice as the photos. But I'm not expecting a lot because I've heard that Temu's good, but you know, sometimes you have to make it work too. So I might have to patina some of the finishes on the pieces to make them look more better quality. However, I'm excited about getting those items, and they won't come to the end of August, and I will definitely be showing them here. I also have a group that I'm in as a Facebook Dollhouse group, and it's a really nice one, and everyone's really helpful. And I'll put a link in the description where that is if you are on Facebook and you want to have a helpful group. The lady that runs it has a YouTube channel too that I'll put a link in the description for, and she does really well with monitoring the group, so it's very respectful. But someone in the group suggested, because I sent them a photo of this room and about the wallpaper, and they had a really good suggestion that I'm totally going to do. And that is in this room, just wallpaper this here. This piece of the wall, and maybe the bottom little section there too. That's this, because then that would divide the room up better, because that's the kitchen and this is more, you know, into the restaurant. Now the restaurant has this wallpaper that I really do like. I think that goes really well with the setting, the Victorian setting. So I do like this wallpaper, and I'm not going to do anything different with that. But then when you come over here, you see it comes into this wallpaper. Well, I'm not going to try to match this wallpaper with this, but maybe just a simple stripe. So stripes and flowers go together. So I thought I'll try to find something that looks vintage 1940s for a stripe. And then I found this here, I'll show you. So this is a miniature crush site, and this is the wallpaper I was looking at, and it has cherries with little dots, and it looks very 1940s. I mean, that would be busy too, but it would be kind of cool in there as well, I think. So tell me what you think. The only thing about it is when they show the example picture, it looks a lot more blue, but that'd be alright because that would kind of go with the other floral design in the main part of the dining area. There it is, really close. And then as you can see, the signs are super cute. So we have blueberry, apple pie, and cherry pie, fresh and delicious signs, and then the pastry signs and cookies and cream teas. And And then I do love the clubhouse wallpaper. I think that is fine. And I took the belly dancer out of here and I decided to put the piano back. So I am going to keep the piano. And then I moved this over here again. So obviously my eye doesn't like it over here. So I do have this sign here though that says Jack Daniels and whiskey that I put up. And I'm really loving how it looks now. The belly dancer was a little bit too much in here, so I will tell you in a little bit where I put her. And then when I go into this room, now this is a different wallpaper, and that's fine too. It's very subtle. I think it's pretty, so I'm totally fine with this. And some of you might not know this, but I didn't design this house with the wallpaper or the floors. I bought the house already made, and it was from an estate sale, so it was someone else's taste, but for the most part, I loved what they did. Now, this wallpaper in here, I absolutely love. I think it goes totally 1940s. And the back here, can you see that stain? Well, I actually like the stain. I think it makes it look authentic, like a real house would have a stain on it. So, you know, real houses do get that. So I actually like the way that looks. Now, one place I did redo the wallpaper was in here, so I did do this wallpaper. And I chose this because I thought it looked good with the floor and that peachy color, and it looks good with the bath mat I have here. And it might not look 100% authentic 1940s, but there was already the B-board here, which is 1940s or 20s, you know, before 40s even. B-board has been around for a long time. And then the floors look very tiled like 1940s, and before that even like 1920s. And the fixtures here, the toilet and the bathtub is very 1940s, and the mirror. But the wallpaper, I just thought was so pretty. You know, 1940s could be just plain green walls or not a wallpaper at all, but I think this goes, so I had to go with my personal taste too with that. And then the chandelier, you know, that's vintage looking. So in the house, I consider anything before 1940s goes in the house. I just don't want anything that looks like it's after 1940s as much. And that's probably why I'm struggling the most with the bakery kitchen, because that looks 1980s to me. But I don't know. I think it will be fine though, if I just replace that one strip. And then very up here, the very top floor, I'm fine with this wallpaper too. It is, what would you call it? More like Art Nouveau maybe, which totally could be 1940s. So, and the colors look good in here. Now there's one thing, I don't know if you noticed when I showed this dollhouse before, there's a there's a hole in the floor. I have no idea why there's a hole in the floor. I don't know if the kit was this way or the person that put together made a boo-boo, but I do want to do something about this. I just thought about getting a really nice Asian looking rug or something and just placing it over that, but I haven't found anything yet that I liked. So that is the wallpaper in there. And I want to do a little update on my Victorian house. I have this Noah's Ark wallpaper here that eventually I'm probably going to switch out to something else because it makes no sense. Because this is supposed to be girls' rooms that are probably like adolescent age. And I just feel like the colors look good, but not the theme. But I do like the clouds and the baseboard with the clouds under it. And all I have to do is get like a peel and stick wallpaper. But if you look at a distance, you can't really tell it's Noah's Ark. So I'm going with that. But yeah, who knows if I'll ever replace it, but we'll see. And then I did put this vanity over here that I had in the other room. And it goes with the dresser back there. And I love these two beds. They fit perfect in this little area, like a little nook. And then over in this bedroom, I put this sofa here, kind of like she would be trying on her stockings. She could sit on the sofa, and then this vanity's here now. And then I have a new piece. Well, it's not new. It was a piece I didn't know where to put. It was in the bakery and it just didn't fit well in the bakery. So I put boxes in it for this Victorian room. Victorian boxes and the photo with the Victorian lady in it. I do have to glue this little piece at the end because it came off. But that will be easy once I get my glue. I'm out of it now. That is, you know, like a super glue. But you see that little piece hanging, so, but it does fit really nice there, so I was happy about that. And so this room I think looks really put together now. And then I did have to change the sofa from this area, but then I thought, you know what, the crib looks better over here anyways. It makes more sense because here's the mommy with her baby. And then, yeah, and then her little crib would be over here. And in the Victorian Dollhouse kitchen, there's a guy that follows me on here that he has a channel called Tiny Chateau Etoile, and he also has an Etsy shop called Funk and Dazzles, and I'll put that in the description. But he does a really great job at things and has a good eye for design, and I think he is an interior designer by profession. And he told me that he loves the Dutch tile in here, and I asked him if I should do the back wall, and he suggested to do that. And actually they did the ceilings too. I'll probably do the ceilings as is, at least for now, but that's a good idea. I might do the ceilings but I have to buy some more material. However, I do have enough material to finish the back wall instead of just having it white, so I'm going to do that right now, and then I will show you the after. So I want to show you where I put the gypsy, and I also want to show you these beautiful rainbows all over the floors. My friend Tracy gave me this beautiful crystal that shines when the sun comes in. You can see it's all over the walls. There's a real big one there, and it always changes. Sometimes it's right on the dollhouses, and sometimes it's even in the cottage dollhouse. I'll see a rainbow right in here. But this is where I put the gypsy. And she's just on top of the roof of the Beacon Hills house. And it's a magical house, and gypsies are magical, and I just thought it would be kind of neat, her dancing on the rooftop. And when I get this to be looking like a pretty gardens and, you know, different than it does now, of course. I want it to look mystical, and I do have these two items up here already. I've had these for a while. This kind of look for the rooftop, not too scary, but not too, you know, it's got a little, it has to have a little edge to it, let's put it that way. And there it is. I think it looks really good, and he was right that it looks better all finished. I think the chef approves. Thank you, Wayne, for suggesting this to me. So to do it, the glue part of it was with liquid glue, and this is that embossed tile, and you want to go outward with it because otherwise the seams aren't going to be right. But it's pretty easy to do and better than like a pattern wallpaper, the square tiles.